well, third time is a charm. Third time's a charm. Really, when you realize what we're doing here, so for the phone or the iPad not to work, it's okay because when you consider reaching people around the world all at the same time, it's pretty amazing. So when it goes down, it's like you got to say, well, look at the bigger picture we have here. It's pretty amazing. So so there'll always be interruptions, disruptions of some kind. As I was shaving the mustache off, it was funny because afterwards, like, well, that was just a mustache, and I'm me underneath it. Same with our skin, our soul. I was thinking, wow, the body is just the body, but your soul is underneath it. And when the body goes, the soul is released. You're yourself. You're free. So that's how I kind of felt too. I'll wait for everybody to come back. Sorry about that. Hello from Estonia, beautiful country. Been to Estonia, it's beautiful. Oh my God, not the mustache. The mustache has gone on vacation. It took a little journey. It's gone away. 30 years, it's gone away. The mustache is gone. It won't tell me where it's going, but it'll be back eventually. Hello from Ireland again. We're up to 500 people, so I'll wait for when they get back on. Sorry. How is Ireland these days, Catherine? And British Columbia and Belgium. Oh, I've always wanted to go to Belgium. Always. Adi, Manik, Manik. I want to get to Belgium. I love that place. I love what I heard about it. You look younger without mustache. Do you think so? I'm going for a part. I'm auditioning for a musical, and the role is between a 26 to 35-year-old man, and I'm going from 61 down to 35. So once I finish doing the hair and the glasses, I get these big old glasses, I'll be in the part. But it's a shock at first, isn't it? Copenhagen. Oh, well, now you're talking. Yes, Maria from Copenhagen. I love Copenhagen, been there many times. I love my favorite cities in the world. I shave my mustache. It's a time, at this time of this pandemic, to do things you've always wanted to do and do stuff you've always, to take risks, to do things. I mean, not take health risks, but, so I want to do that. And I'm doing an acting job. I've always wanted to do a musical, and I'm going to go for it. Because I think, as I've been telling everybody, now is the time to do things you've always dreamed of doing, but maybe you don't have the time to do it. Well, now if you have the time to do it, go for it. So that's what I'm doing. And I don't care what other people think. Whatever. Doesn't matter. So I'm going to have a good time whether I get the role or not. Just going through this as a process. It's a big deal. Hi from Summer Jan. Okay. Thanks, Ireland. To get a lot of Ireland. I have the Irish are calling in now, for goodness sakes. Hi from Florida. Blessings. I mentioned the previous two calls that I speak very quickly, and I will try to attempt to slow down. I do not like watching myself on a video, so it's very hard for me to watch the SOULCare. But at the same time, I have to say, I'm a pretty sick person. I mean, who gets up and dances? I think that's great. And I like to try different things with you because you don't want to get bored, and there are different ways into the knowingness, to the freedom of being who you are, to the realization that who you are, the perspective of going through this pandemic of who we are, what we can share as far as the soul beings here on this earth. So, let's have fun doing it, because I created this only because there's so much news out there, and where everyone's so scared and fearful that we don't want to go from fear. Fear is not good for us. Fear affects our biochemical disorder in the body. It creates disorder in the body. So we don't want that. We want love, we want happiness, and we have the realization that this is a pandemic, and it will go away. It's starting to level out in New York right now, and other places just starting. The governors in those 6 states of the Eastern Seaboard have come together to form a group to reopen those states in a very scientific, health-conscious way, which I think is fantastic. And I think that Governor Cuomo should be the next president. Boy, he said more in I don't know, 10 minutes than Trump said in 4 years. It's amazing to me. He just gets there. So anyway, that's good. That's a good thing. And let's be the positive things that it's given us, because there's some positive things coming out of this. There will be many lives lost, but hopefully those martyrs or sacrifice, which I think may have some of them been sacrificed. I think that there are some conditions that the soul goes through in the physical vibration in the school that, again, I mentioned this on Friday. We go through things here on this earth, and we don't know what happens. In everyday life, there are scenarios that occur to us. And why did this happen to us? We don't find out until much later on in the future. Oh, now I get it. That had to happen for that to happen. So I think life is like that. I think many things happen at the time we're limited in this physical vibration, this human vibration, this three-dimensional world. We don't know what the outcome is. But if we have the realization that, or awareness, that love is ruling the universe, that love is the ultimate, then it can't be a bad thing. I don't believe in bad things. I believe in learning lessons. So I think there are hard lessons, there are easy lessons. The hard lessons are the ones we grow from the most. And lessons also are not just things and pandemics and people in your life too, family, co-workers, so forth, who are teaching you about yourself, about them, patience, forgiveness, and so forth. So that's important. We'll get over this. So it's slowly, but be positive. Don't stay agitated. It won't help anybody, but it won't help you. It'll do more harm than good. So try to be positive, and that's why I created SOULCare, just to give you a place to come to every day, to relax and to have fun, to meditate. So today, Monday, is a day we reserve for questions, because the rest of the week I try to do different things. But Monday is a day for questions you might have. Questions about anything on the topic, on different topics. Not readings, though. I'm not going to be doing readings for people, but general things. Before we begin with the questions, though, I want to remind you, if you know this already, if you don't know, I brought the healing course, my healing course, certification healing course, back up online because of what's going on in the world. It's a healing course. And in the healing course, you can take it any time, but now's the time to sign up. This is the time to sign up. We just launched it on Friday. It's 3 live group calls where I actually talk to you personally. And I do you have a whole chakra meditation library. I give that to you also. I access to a private Facebook community. Healing course, well, they're different. There's so much on the healing course. I got to take it very slow because there's so much stuff there that I can't. So let's see. So questions you would like to, and if you want to push the comments off to the right, you can do that if you want. I'm not going to push this voicemail I got because it'll mess us up. But so let me. So anyway, let me finish that. If you want to go to the healing course, get a pen and a paper and write this down. I'll give you a couple of minutes because you need to know this. So it's a healing course, launched it, Friday. 8 spiritual healing lessons, over 70. I was watching this. Over 70 video trainings, over 70. At 10, I was like, wow, this is just so much. You got to take it slowly. But there were 70 different videos. I cover all different types of things, meridian points, positive, negative energy, how to protect yourself from other people's energy, how to be aware of who's in your space, how to be aware of the psychic vampires around you, which we all have. So I cover all these talking points. So you can go and look at it before you take the course. Look on the page and see it. All right, so if you have a pen, I'm going to give you the address. It's vanprog.com, that's me, /heal. That's where you want to go. Okay, vanprog.com /heal. And it's through my school. Yeah? Okay. So enjoy that, please. And we'll have separate calls just for that. Best way to develop is a question right here. Best way to develop one's skills. Meditation, sitting in the quiet is really what it is. I'm working on it every day. Sitting in the quiet every day, doing an exercise every day, learning to listen to your soul speak, and that's really what you want. A lot of people calling in, so I'm going very slowly. It's coming through fast and furious here. Wow. Okay, let's see. My son's been touched by an angel. I'm sure he was. He can save people. I'm sure, Susan. I'm sure he was. Donna Warren wants to know, my mother, Georgia, looking over my shoulder, or my father. I'm sure they are, honey. This week we're going to do a surrender to spirit, where you become aware of who's with you. So we'll do that this week, Tuesday or Wednesday. Michelle's asking if we choose to be born so we would be here during this pandemic. Did we choose? That's what we did. Did we choose this as our exit date if we die? I understand that. I believe that we'll have destiny points. So destiny to be born a certain date, destiny to leave the planet a certain date. You can influence that by the way you live your life. You have the choice, your free will. If you want to start drinking or drugging or living an unhealthy life, that's your free will. You'll probably go a little earlier because of what you've created. But there usually there's a destiny point for an exit. Souls of this pandemic, I believe a lot of them are doing this as a martyr. And when I say martyr, it's almost like, excuse me, a martyr for relieving the negative karma of the earth. There's a lot of negativity from people, conditions they leave here, and it builds up. And just like this pandemic built up out of the erroneousness of the way animals were treated in China, the way we didn't take responsibility for how we market these things, it's a global thing. So, same thing. So there are souls that know there's going to be a bad time in the earth, that it's going to be really bad, that will alleviate, they will help that to alleviate that negative karma by leaving their lives and really martyring themselves. That's what I've heard. So as far as specifics go, some souls, yes, some souls, no. I don't know. So each individual soul is different. Okay, let's see. So many questions. Thank you, guys. This is from Suzanne. Your name is Sakech. Like, the elation feeling. The feeling of being elation is the universe consciousness rising. There's part of that. I think that when there's a collective whole in consciousness and there's a shift, there's a change, you'll feel that elation. I do believe that. You can feel elation in many different ways too, like meditation, deep meditation. You can feel that. The joy of a newborn baby, a lot of ways. But as a whole, it's also, you got to remember that the phonetic energy of the planet is calmed down now, because not everybody's out there running around and working and moving. The stillness of the planet is really making us get back to ourselves, which is ideal for getting back to your own soul and feeling your soul and listening to your soul. So that's what you're feeling too, that sense of peace, I think. A lot of people feeling that, which is a benefit. I look so handsome. Thank you, Kathy. Thank you. I'm not sure. I don't know what I look like yet. I'm not used to it. This is from Shelley. Easy to lose faith in spirit at the moment. This is a test, isn't it? We're tested every day. It's a big test. It's for global. What do people think of themselves? How do they go in and reevaluate their lives and the values that they have, priorities that they have? Will they reprioritize their lives? I hope so. Many people are finding that, I've spoken to a lot of people who say, wow, this is giving me a lot of time with my family. I didn't realize my kids, the relationship we have now is great. I've been missing out on this. It's more, the more aware, more conscientious people of taking exercise themselves, having free time to be themselves, shave the mustache, to do things they've always wanted to do, and they didn't give themselves the time for. We have to reevaluate. And so some good things too. I also think one of the good things is it'll bring us more into a global awareness than individual awareness. This is from Natalie. She said, James, how do you learn not to care what others think? How to be okay with your heart in setting boundaries? Well, Natalie, you got to love yourself more. If you love yourself enough and you're worth it, then they have no right to send debris your way. I remember Jill Benet Taylor, A Stroke of Genius. She was a brain surgeon. She wrote a book, A Stroke of Genius, and she had a stroke, but she was aware that she was having the stroke, and she said to herself, "I'm a brain surgeon. I really got to be aware of this. This is an incredible moment." And she brings you through this journey of her with the stroke. Inside that body, she's having this. She can't speak, but she's having these thoughts, and then she remembered all these thoughts. And she said one day in a room, she knew that this doctor was going to come visit her, and she did not like his energy, and she did not want his energy in her space. And she said, "Stay out in her mind," and he stayed out. You have to love yourself enough that you have to nurture yourself. You're worth something, and if you don't love yourself, who's going to love you? So remember, I grew up Catholic. I don't use it, but there are things that I like about it. In that, the church, the foundation, that we are all a church. We're all God. We're all this beautiful church. Inside is God, right? I think you have to treat yourself that way and honor yourself. You're an amazing being. You're an amazing soul to be here. You need to count. You're not here by accident. You're here just like the stars above. Everything is counted by a greater super force. You're meant to be here. There are no accidents. So you have to be treated nicely. Now that's it. Loving yourself is a vital lesson. What other people think of you is none of your business, because people can't love you the way you love yourself. People can't, live your life the way you live your life. You're unique. Everybody's like a snowflake. We're all unique. And that uniqueness we bring to this planet to make things different. So that's a vital point of you being here, sweetheart. A lot of us, so self-love. Scotland, hi, Kate. Kelly Peterson. Well, where are you, Kelly? I haven't seen you in a long time. the lesson we can't trust everyone. No, not at all. I'm getting it's a lesson that we have to be globally concerned, be mindful of each other, be mindful of it's a more of a moment now to spread love and let go of fear, be cognizant. It's very interesting, I find, that people are wearing masks everywhere. I'm not wearing a mask at Target the other day. And I said to a friend of mine, it's a very interesting observation. When everybody's wearing masks and you look at them, all you see are their eyes. Whole different way of communication. Because eyes are wisdom to the soul. And when you look into their eyes, there's this, I don't know, compassion. There's kindness. There's something there. It's so much better in some ways than looking at their lips, because it's interesting. Check it out next time you go to the store or outside, and you'll see what I'm talking about. We're barefoot in the grass, Scott Huff. Yes, that's a good one, Scott, for grounded. Can soul contracts be dissolved or removed? I guess it's this way, Rebecca, from what my understanding is, that we could use an analogy that it's like school, and that before we come back to this earth school, there's a curriculum we signed up for that's best for our soul's growth. And not only our soul's growth, but the group soul that we're in, families and friends, we all take kind of a position. Or if we look at it like the analogy of a play, we all take different parts. And maybe the grandmother side, or the daughter, or the father, or the child. And we take on these different parts for ourselves to grow and the group. So if we in the mid-course want to change the part, it's going to affect on the overall play, right? So, the best thing to do, and the best advice I could say is, live the best life you can with what you have. You can only do so much, but do the best things for yourself. Love as much as you can. Love yourself as much as you can. You don't want to get to the other side one day and look back at your life and say, oh, if only I knew then what I know now, I would have done different things. I would have loved myself so much more than I did. I would take chances. Now, I heard that for 25, 30 years, about 25 years. I got so tired of hearing spirits say, if only I knew then. So I wrote a book called Unfinished Business. And in Unfinished Business, it's all those wouldas, shouldas, couldas. And that's really important that we live our lives fully. We don't have anything left over. When I leave this body, I want to be totally exhausted of anything, of lessons, I want to have no shouldas, wouldas, or couldas. That's why I'm not mustache. Do things you always wanted to do. I mean, I look back, is there something I'd like to do? I don't know, but I'd like to travel somewhere. I think I've traveled where I want to go to. I'd like to act again, musical. I'd like to, what else? Get into photography. I'm living everything else, though. I'm living a lot, so I'm happy. You want to be happy. It's like rolling the dice here. Kathy Burke, roll of wisdom for high school seniors. Get excited. Your future is really, really exciting. Make it that way. Look to yourself. These words I just said before about loving yourself more than anyone else could. Perfect for you. Make a difference in the world, Kath. Make a difference in the world. Don't be just counted, but make yourself be counted. Make people look up to you. Yeah? No, I'm wants to know if your dad is okay. Why wouldn't he be okay, honey? The dead people, the people that pass on the spirit side are much better off than we are. They're much more aware. They just don't want us upset about them. We're going to see them again. There is no death. The only ones that are dead are us down here. We're the earthbound ones. They're not. They're free. Cheryl Minter. Why Diana? Wow. How? Wow, Diana. Why bring political in on this page? Well, I don't think it's bringing politics in. I don't really talk about politics either, but it's what's going on right now. It's on everyone's mind. So it's kind of a political, global situation. I think that's all. Thank you. You threw me over the glasses, Tonya. You mean the mustache? I didn't shave my mustache. The glasses are the same. Okay, this is from Beverly. My only child is not speaking to me, but she will not tell me why. So why don't you ask her to write it down in a note, a letter? Maybe that's it. And just tell her that. And maybe you could just say something like, if something happened to me and I couldn't tell anyone, it hurt me. So I want to know how you feel. And she'll do it in her time. Don't push her. But give her the opportunity to write a letter to you or give her a journal, write something there. And you can just say, when you're ready, I'm here. There's something about herself. Who knows? Angelina wants to know our spirit guides' names. Well, Angelina, what you should do is really take the psychic portals course, or at least the healing course. I do talk about the guides in the healing course. That's the best way. You need to have your own experience with them. I can't possibly do that for you. My throat is dry. I need water. Water. Phyllis, my daughter's a medium since she was about 9 years old. Very good. Very good. I hope she's teaching that, Phyllis. I hope she's using mediumship. How was my garden today? Fabulous. How was your garden? Great. Where, us, you, happy since... I'm very happy during this time. But I'm home a lot. So this is a year I was going to semi-retire. So it's working out okay for me. Donna, how to sense and protect themselves. I have a healing course right now, and there's 3 lessons just on that. So it's worth you taking that. Seriously. And read up about it. If you don't want to take it, then read up about it on my school site. Oh my goodness. So many questions, you guys. Thank you for listening. Gina is scared about opening. Gina Polito. I want to open up, but scared about bringing dark energy. Dark energy is evil. Dark energy. I don't believe in evil. I don't believe in dark energy. I really don't. I believe the mind of the humans create a lot of that. Yes, there are different levels of awareness. There are different levels of evolution. There are, very unevolved beings or highly evolved beings. I don't think you draw that to you because you think about them. I think you have to be in that space to draw them in. So it's like attract like. If you're if you're a loving being, which you are, you wouldn't be on this page. I don't mean that egotistically. I mean that you'd be drawn to a vibration of interest that suffices for your soul. And that's why you're here. You can recognize those lower unevolved beings, but doesn't mean you're going to become one or they're going to attack you. I'm more afraid of the living than the dead. I really am. So, I really am. And part of that is because they don't think. They don't treat each other with respect. Listen, this pandemic, it can be blamed on many humans, that the human did not take the time to really inspect the place, the China markets and the wet markets in China. And those people didn't either. We all are in it together, but we have to look at conditions for all of the animals and all of in the world, and slaughtering techniques and how we work with the animals, how we don't work with the animals. I understand that it's a place we have, people their lives, but it's got to be done in conditions that are safe for everyone, conditions that are humanitarian, if you will, have to be. Otherwise, this type of thing will happen. And it won't be the first one. There'll be others. So we've got to be respectful of that. Hello from Germany. This is like a slot machine in Vegas. I just push the comments up and the questions are coming out. All of your deceased loved ones are watching over you. Why do you think they're not? They haven't become a figment of your imagination. They're more around you now than ever before. Sometimes I think we try so hard we can't hear them. But again, if you sit in the quiet and learn to sit in the stillness of your being, you will definitely begin to hear them. This week, Tuesday or Wednesday, we'll do a soul surrender, a spirit surrender. And I will bring you into a space where you will receive them. But again, you've got to practice being neutral. Be very neutral. Open up your mind and have no sense of what I need, what I want. Just be neutral. So it's kind of easing your mind. I think also part of this pandemic, that's happening. You got to look at that and then do the opposite. You got to calm down. Calm down. We'll get through it. It won't define us. We'll get through it. What can I do to make myself happy? What can I do to help other people? What can I do to change things? In my own little world, what can I do to make things? Can I heal? Yeah. You look great with that massage. Thank you, Miss. Thank you very much, Al. I really appreciate that. You, second person to say that. Thank you. I have no. Something at my door. I have no judgment on it. Oh, that's our time. Okay. I have to go, my friends. I will see you back here tomorrow, and thank you, everybody. And again, the healing course started Friday, so check it out. I'll be with you again tomorrow. Thank you.